Hi guys, back again. Same outfit, Princess Lee's. Just for those who don't watch every single one of my videos, and I totally don't blame you because, you know, I'm a bit of a ramble fest. So again, I've got Chef Kathy's Princess Lee lashes on, and I love them. Okay, so this is a requested review by quite a few people when I showed this in, again, a previous haul, and it is the Bobbi Brown Pot Rouge for lips and cheeks, and I've got it in 21 Cabo Coral. So as you can see, it's a beautiful peachy, corally. I would definitely say that this is much more in the peach family than it is in the pink in terms of the corals. Now, what I had mentioned in that original haul was that I was surprised that it wasn't as creamy as I thought it was going to be, and it's certainly not as creamy as most of my cream and slash liquid, well, that's a whole nother story, but my other cream blushes. And I was thinking, because it was brand new, and sometimes they have that little bit of a film. I don't know what it, I'm sure there's an actual word for it, but they sort of have that bit of a film, and I thought as I used it more and more, it would get creamier and creamier. And I will say that it did get a little bit creamier, but it was negligible. I mean, it really wasn't too much of a difference from when I first used it. I love the color. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Maybe I'll put it over that one. Maybe a little bit more. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Whoops. It's a little bit of... There we go. I don't know. What am I going to say about this? It's pretty pricey here, but as I've said time and time again, Bobbi Brown, I don't know what it is about her line in particular, but it's outrageously priced here versus in the States, just because you guys have the wonderful CCOs that carry Bobbi Brown at a sort of a discounted price. I know that with Gina, my lovely gal pal Gina Beanowina 99, when she sent me the eyeshadows, I believe they were $14. And here they are $30. 26 or 7, and then of course with the tax, closer to 30. So it really is double. You're paying double for the exact same product. And what was it? One of her shimmer bricks or something like that, $75. I mean, to me that's just ludicrous. It's just crazy ludicrous. I've never really understood that. I definitely like her line. I was a huge Bobbi Brown fan years and years ago. I had a lot of her products, and consequently throughout the years, as I've always said, I give things away, and I've pretty much given away everything that I owned because I really don't have any Bobbi Brown products except for the palette that I purchased with the shadows and this. What else was there? I had her foundations, I had her skincare stuff, I had her creamy concealers, I had her lip products. I mean, I had a lot of her brushes, all that sort of stuff, and I think I really only have her brushes and the new products I've just bought recently. Now, what I will say is I've heard complaints that this is a little bit harder to work with, and it is and it isn't. I found with this particular, number one, I always use my fingers with cream blushes. With cream foundations, I use my Beauty Blender, but for certain things, I just find, I just gravitate towards, you know, it's kind of intuitive. You just go, okay, you know what, I'm just going to use my fingers with these, and I'm going to use a sponge with that, I'm going to use a brush with this. And I find with cream blushes especially, I just would never think to put it on with a brush. Certainly I have. I remember, I think I was talking to Polly, and I was like, I can't imagine. Never, you know, I just would never even think of doing that. Not because I hadn't really done it. It's because it was so long ago when I did that it's almost like I've never really done it beforehand. But I find I like the finish of it when it's with fingers. There's something about the warmth of your fingers with the pigment as you're spreading it. That kind of gives you from within, you don't see really any demarcations, you don't see any of the brush strokes, the brush streaks. That's only my own personal preference. Obviously, It can be used with a brush, it can be used with a sponge, it can be used with anything that you want. Makeup artists use every single trick in the book, and so I'm sure it looks fantastic any way you choose to. This is my personal preference. And with this one in particular, I will say that I put this on differently than I put on my other ones. So, you know, I kind of have something on already, but I'll show. With these, rather than rubbing it in, which I'm going to be doing a review right after this one of the NYX. That was also requested, and it's taken me quite a while, so I'm going to try and get that one off. I apply that differently than with this. So rather than just sort of one of those, with this particular product, I do this. And it's not, I don't think you call it stippling, but I don't actually rub at all. I totally pat, and I usually use sort of a ring finger. And then I kind of, if I need to erase, I use another finger. So it's sort of like application and then blend erase. I guess I should do the other one too. So I just kind of start at the apples of the cheeks. This is why I don't do tutorials, is because I'm not very good at it, and I'm sure you can find tricks elsewhere, but with this particular product, that's the way I find it works the best. It just sort of spreads. I think the rubbing aspect, yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know why. It just doesn't seem to work as well with this one. And I actually kind of, right from the get-go, chose to do it this way just because of the texture of the product. I could tell that it wasn't really going to move. Because it's not as creamy, it's a little bit of a drier formulation, so I just found that, you know, I don't know if you can really tell, but it, and then if I ever get any, you know, I just sort of, to me, the wiping motion is about getting rid of, well, just sort of trying to blend it into the rest of your makeup, really, so that it's just very faint. The only complaint about this, I know it's supposed to be a lip and cheek, I just, you know what, it's not good for the lips. It really dries it out and has a really sort of flat finish. There's no dimension to your lip anymore. It kind of takes away all of that, and it looks a little bit chalky, and so you would sort of have to put a gloss on top of that, and you might need a balm underneath it. So really it defeats the purpose. I mean, again, it's just too much work for me. I really, probably because I've been on this planet for so long, it's like less is more. The less work I have to do, the better. I don't want to have to be putting balms, lip liners, then this, you know, this product, and then a gloss on top of that. Like 4 steps for a lip, it's just like, woo, it's too much. I mean, perhaps with a really vibrant red lip, you might go through those steps, but not with, you know, things that are just supposed to be, you know, easy and convertible. Wow, 8 minutes. All right, so hopefully that helped a few of you out. I'm sure you've tried this in many different ways. If you haven't, you may want to try applying it just sort of like a patting motion. I hope that works for you. And thanks so much as always.